right, so she's convinced that her sister rushed to the altar to get married first. Steal the sparkle in the family. If you got a problem going on in your life, hit us up, and we will read it to Bert Show fam all around the country. Cassie's got this one.
Hey, Bert Show, maybe you can help me understand if I'm in the wrong or my sister is. I have only one sister who's a couple years older. Throughout our childhood, she's always tried to outdo me for whatever competitive reason she had at the time, and if something was going great for me, she would find a way to make it about her. She refused to talk to me for 2 weeks last year after I bought my first house. Apparently, she was supposed to buy a house first because she's the older sister. I thought she was done with this sibling rivalry crap until this happened. My boyfriend asked me to marry him a few months ago after I bought my house. I said yes, and it has been about a year into the wedding planning. Wedding planning sucks. Trying to plan a wedding during COVID is even more difficult. My sister has not been helpful at all. Instead, she has been sending pictures of her own future wedding dress ideas throughout the last couple of months. She was not even engaged, but I get it. She's excited about the thought of marriage. Her boyfriend, on the other hand, has been married before and did not want to get married again for his own personal reasons. She was trying to convince him to get married so she could essentially catch up. It is exciting, but can we focus on my wedding for once? I needed help planning the bachelorette party, and as maid of honor, that would typically be something she should plan. My friend ended up having to plan the whole thing with me. A week before my bachelorette party, I got another one of those dress pictures in a group chat with my mom. I asked what the dresses were for, expecting it to be the same irritating response of her showing me and my mother images of a fantasy wedding that does not exist yet. Only this time she says, ... a formal event. Curious, I asked what event she was referring to. She responded with, for my wedding, I'm getting married next week.
Oh, damn. Okay.
All caps, she convinced him to get married for insurance reasons. I was shocked, hurt, angry, and confused. Why wasn't she going to tell me? I don't understand why she pretended to have me accidentally stumble upon the truth in a text message. Am I wrong for being upset? I know I should feel happy for her that she's getting married, but why did she have to rush and get married a month before me? I texted back in the group text and I told her that I cannot believe she was not going to tell me, and why would she try and compete and be married first? And why would she not respectfully tell me or invite me for that matter? I am her only sister. My mother cursed me out that I should be happy for her. My sister responded that it wasn't a big deal and I was overreacting. People can get married whenever they want, although I would have preferred to have the spotlight for even a second. I was just trying to go on my merry way and move forward with my fiancé, and my sister has done this specifically so she can say she essentially won. My mother defended my sister and words were said on all parts. This is right before my bachelorette party, which she has ruined. It will now feel like a bachelorette party for both of us. I was half tempted to uninvite her, but I chose the high road. I wasn't there for her wedding. I feel completely betrayed and extremely hurt that she did this weeks before my wedding. It is heartbreaking that my own sister would do this type of thing when my stress levels and emotions are already high. She is going to want me to reprint my programs, change my wedding website to update her last name, contact the DJ for announcing her correctly, and all the guests will be focusing on the surprise news that she will inevitably tell everyone at my wedding. She has started showing off her ring, which she debuted at my bridal shower this past weekend. She made him buy her a ring bigger than mine, and she gave me the backhanded compliment, "Oh, yours will look so much nicer when you add a wedding band to it." Am I wrong for being upset about this? Am I reading too much into it? Should I be happy and not upset about her getting married before me so suddenly? My wedding is in a couple of weeks, and I don't want any drama. I feel like I should pull her to the side and talk to her about being on her best behavior so I can have one tiny shred of happiness. Or should I just let it lie where it is and not bring it up? Thanks for all the help with this, Nora.
So this show has made me hate weddings, which is bad because I'm going to get married here real soon.
Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. The eloping thing is looking better and better and better all the time. This totally sounds like a calculated situation by the sister here.
Is it, though?
I don't know.
Are people calculated, Bert?
In this case, I think so, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I'm like, I know sisters do this, but also I feel like maybe the writer of this letter is a little sensitive and she wanted like way more spotlight. She's not getting it. And it's like, we need to get over that. That's not going to happen. Whether your sister's in competition with you or not, you should not even see her as competition. Like, it's hilarious when someone is competing with you and you're not even aware of their presence. Like, they are not on your level. They are not your competition. And that's how she should look at her sister. Just have your wedding, do your thing.
So the unsaid rule then when it comes to weddings is you can call dibs on a date and then no one's allowed to get married close to you before that date. Is that right, Cassie?
I mean, it's just kind of a D-bag move. You know how much planning goes into it. Now, if her sister got secretly, quietly married and didn't tell anyone and it came out after the fact, sure, that's fine. But she did it on purpose. It's very clear she did, and it's very clear she did it before the wedding and so close to the wedding to spite her sister, because if you're a real friend, you just know that unwritten rule. Like, you know not to do that.
There's no conversation between these two that's going to go well. So she asks here, should I just pull her over to the side and talk to her about being on her best behavior so I can have one tiny shred of happiness? How is a conversation like that between sisters going to go well? It's not. So what do? Do you just let it go, or do you not invite her?
Well, if you want to take the high road, you let it go. But I would just kick her out of the bridal party and be like, you know what? Having to contact everyone to change her name is just too much on my shoulders right now. So I'm sorry. I'm going to have to ask you to step back and put it back on her. I don't care. Be petty. It's your own wedding.
Tommy?
I have a suggestion. You're right. You're absolutely right. They can't say anything to each other. So what she should do is just walk straight up to her sister and punch her in the throat.
Yeah, that's always good policy right there.
Quick throat punch.
The day of her wedding, too.
Here's my wedding gift. I went off registry.
Wow.
The Bert Show.